hear this nice sound. Put your headphones on.
Oh, I forgot I had to do that. Did anybody wipe these down after talk soup?
Please save this.
Wow. This sounds...
Turn on the thing quickly. It is on? Yeah, everything's been on. Oh, it's on? Great. You should add this should be part of the show. I want that as part of the show. Welcome, everyone, to Enlightened Up. That was Gordon, our producer.
Gordon.
We have a dog. We've got candles from Gordon. By the way, go get Gordon's candles.
Oh, my God. I'm so excited about Gordon's candles.
Exactly. It makes it worth all the service I'm going to hear from you driving so far.
I mean, are we still in California? Anything for you.
Wow.
Love master.
Well, okay, I guess, well, listen, I went and saw you all the way 3,000 miles away.
You did.
In Pennsylvania.
And my gig didn't get canceled and yours did.
Yes, I was canceled. I was supposed to play the big stadium there. But what did I do on my night off?
You came to New Hope, Pennsylvania.
To see you. I was so excited. I saw you on Instagram. Thank God I watch Instagram. I watch you all the time on Instagram.
I'm obsessed with you too.
You are not.
I am.
I don't have anything on there.
I look
you
at
do.
YouTube.
You go and you teach people.
That's right.
You teach people. Are you giving me a cross eye on
only
purpose?
When I get nervous.
Do you have a lazy eye? I have no idea. I hope you caught that in his close-up.
No.
It was very scary, actually, for a second. I thought this long ride, I'm already feeling guilty about the long ride.
No,
and I thought
okay.
it gave him a cross eye. He's got a wacko eye.
You have a cross-eyed bear? What's going on?
So you, remember, you're old enough to remember Clarence the Cross-Eyed Lion. What show was that from?
I don't remember.
Oh, no.
Oh, was that Bozo?
No,
I don't even know.
We could do trivia now. There was a show that had Clarence the Cross-Eyed Lion. It was called Doctari.
I do not remember that.
You don't. What shows did you watch when you were a kid? What were your obsessions?
I mean, I liked.
By the way, it's Michael Orland. If you tune into the episode, that's why it's different than radio. I don't have to do some big intro.
I love that.
Yeah, we just start talking, or you
isn't a podcast
are always
only
starting
like
talking.
Listening. So
they're watching on YouTube or listening audio.
Oh my God!
I don't want to confuse you.
I had my hair done for today. I have
did?
to put headphones on. I wear a shirt. You only see my neck up. What's happening?
But you're preferring that.
I do prefer that.
I know that's why you're wearing black, all black, by the way.
I'm in mourning this afternoon.
I have Richard Lewis here as our guest, everybody. Johnny Cashless.
Oh my God, that's the story of my life.
Yeah, well, being in music, we are, the performing arts. We can be cashless or
one phone call away.
Or one phone call away. But you teach people.
I do a lot
about
of vocal
music.
coaching. I do vocal coaching
on internet.
I do a lot on the internet. I've gotten a lot of my students through Instagram, and I'm thankful because I have a guy that helps me do it, and it's really kept me out there, and it's been really great during this scary pandemic.
Let me give you my feedback as if I didn't know you.
Okay.
This is hard to believe. You're very charming. I mean, I know you don't think you're charming.
No, I didn't.
You're funny and you're charming.
But I just want to be like you when I grow up.
No, it's not. Let's not be. I'm not being sarcastic right now.
All right.
You're charming, really good looking. You really come across as so good looking on there. I'm telling you, it attracts me. Like I stop scrolling. I can't miss you. I can't miss you. You're there with your.
Quit you.
You're there. I can't. It's not Brokeback.
Okay,
it's not quite at that point yet.
Fine.
But it's like, and you have this nice relationship with the audience. I'm giving you feedback because this might help you continue on this path.
I appreciate that. No, listen, I love doing it. And
it shows.
I've had some people trying to reach out to me. I think doing a podcast would be fun. I've never done one.
Well, you're basically doing one when you do these videos.
Right, but
it's a little bit of a podcast.
I don't have a watch sponsoring me, and I don't have a shirt company because I would be wearing something besides this black shirt if I did.
So I mean, you've got this big resume. American Idol, 16 years you were there?
16 years.
And you're not there anymore.
I'm not there anymore.
I need to clarify because now we can talk about them.
Absolutely.
You don't have to worry about your job now.
No, I'm not worried about. I would speak about it anyway. I've not a lot of bad things to say about it, but I do want to talk about it. But,
about the bad things. That's where I'm going.
There are a couple things about the whole reality TV singing competition show that there's some stuff messed up with.
It's off.
When I have students that
You can curse on here, by the way.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Son of a bitch.
Oh, that was awful.
I have students.
Wash your mouth out.
I have students that call me and say, should I audition for The Voice or The Idol or the America's Got Talent? And I say, 100%. Today, everything is social media. And I go, if you get on one episode and they show you and you do something that catches on, it's worth it. But you have to know going in, it is a talent show. It's a TV show, not a talent show.
Right.
And because I've seen so
It's all
many
about
people,
the stories.
Of course. And
I can predict who's going to win by the story.
it's true a lot of the times. And then they also like a lot of the Southern people because those people come out in droves and vote. But here's the problem.
Is that true?
Here's the problem. Now they look for stories so that the audience will latch onto somebody or something because they can't get ratings anymore. The ratings are horrible.
Yeah. Listen, I follow people. I follow the woman that I saw on I Can Hear Your Voice or I Can See Your Voice. That
show? Yeah, I heard
yeah,
it was fun.
fun. She completely fooled me. That's first of all. So I'm always attracted to that. Women who fool me.
That's another podcast.
I ended up following her because she had this extraordinary voice.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I mean, what came out, a lot of them on that show. It's like, have you ever seen that show?
No, but I just did another a little thing for Fox, a pilot presentation for Fox.
Yeah.
Where I was actually a judge, and it was the most fun ever. Did it with just some great fun people, and but they had a lot of the singers on as like mock contestants that day from that show, and I was blown away by the talent. They were all from I Can See Your Voice.
No. Yeah, it's like a pool of people that they go to. And
you know what? So
this one was the lifeguard. And like, so she's supposed to be a lifeguard, and you kind of believe it. And
right.
You're going, oh, nothing could come out of it. And then all of a sudden, it's just unbelievable. A lot of people, I mean, what does someone look like anyway? You can never predict what someone's going to sound like.
I kind of like
by their look.
No, I kind of like in this day and time that you don't have to be a skinny Barbie girl. You can be anything. Anything goes. There's people, first of all, musical theater and all that stuff got more in when there was shows like Glee and Smash and all that stuff. It was also acceptable for actors to sing. That like they used to come out from New York and casting people would say, "Oh, you're a Broadway singer. That means you can't act."
Right.
But today it's more acceptable.
Yeah, I had that for years with being a comedian.
Come on, you didn't.
Of course, they don't think you can sing as a comedian. That's why I'm the only one that can decently sing. I got the lead in a Broadway play about comedy. Did you know that, by the way?
No, what is that?
You didn't know that? Oh, no. Years ago, yeah.
Wait, what is that? I did not know.
It was called Funny Business. We were rehearsing on Broadway. We went to the Kennedy Center, and we never made it to Broadway. It was from the Dodgers, the big producers.
Course.
Well, they couldn't find any comedians that could sing. So I was in all the versions of it because I can sing decently. But still, the one who wrote it, she still didn't like my voice, so she kept having somebody in back of me. It was kind of creepy. I would like a song.
Who wrote it?
I would go, amazing, right? And he would start singing it back. He'd say, all I was allowed to say at the end was amazing. Right. And he would go, because he had like, the first place that you look, find a jewel ripe. But she liked that raspy thing. And I'm doing my Broadway, amazing.
I think anybody that can imitate like you can sing. I really do because you have such a great ear to hear all that stuff. It's interesting.
Wow, that is interesting.
I wish I knew you were a singer when you used to come in all the time. Although, when you used to come into my open mic night or my Shower of Stars night at the Rose Tattoo.
I never knew it was called that.
It was called, I used to call it the 50th annual Golden Shower of Stars. And that's not right.
I miss those days.
I do too.
No, not the golden shower part.
No, I miss those days too.
The best.
And I don't think I appreciate it as much as I did then as I do now.
That's exactly right. In reflection, those were the greatest days because we were all. That's when you were in your dream mode. That was when all the possibilities that were out there, and you were in the moment and just having fun with fellow artists, struggling.
When you used to come in, I used to go, "Oh my God, I'm so happy he's here. Not only so funny, but I get a break."
Oh, that's true. Because you would go off stage, you were usually everyone's backup piano.
I'd go and have a cigarette or something.
Right.
I smoked then.
Oh, I didn't realize you left the room when I was there.
I used to watch in the back. I think
you could smoke back then. That's exactly right.
I would
it's so strange now.
I knew your whole act. Even when you came in and did new material.
You didn't know that I sang? I don't sing.
I didn't know.
Not like a pro, but I mean, I sing better than comedians do.
I
My
think
goal is to be Javert.
In the Les Mis?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Let's start working.
Valjean, at last, we see each other plain, Monsieur le Maire. You wear a different shirt.
That's really these microphones and headphones.
Did that fuck you up?
No, it's amazing. It kind of got me a little
fugitive running, falling from grace. I could do better than Russell Crowe.
Oh,
right?
Yes.
Well, then again, the dog lying here would do better than Russell Crowe.
Can anybody see my puppy?
No, it's a beautiful puppy. But I mean, I have no confidence. Now, this part you didn't know. My debut, I went away to college.
Yeah.
Purposely away from Philadelphia, where they beat you up if you were in theater.
Wow.
Literally, they beat you up. I used to peek in there and longingly think, oh, I want to be on that stage. I did lights one time for the Fantastics. I mean, I loved it. I couldn't do it. I was too afraid.
Wow.
So I went away to college. They gave me the lead in a play where they said, we're going to give you you have a 5-octave range, which I had no idea what an octave was.
Sure.
Let alone that I have a manner range from oven. I don't know what.
Right. An appliance.
And they gave me a song that's very hard to sing. Something's Coming. You know that one.
From West Side Story.
Yes, which I love West Side Story. But I was a closeted lover of West Side Story.
I understand. So you were afraid to get bullied if you loved music? Interesting.
Be literally beaten.
That's what it was like in the 215?
I went out. Oh, yeah. I mean, I went out for the football team. I shouldn't have gone out for the football team. I was not qualified. Wow. 5'1", 92 pounds. Not qualified with no pubic hair. That was the worst part.
You couldn't say 4'3", 13. It sounds better than 5'1".
Does it really?
Yeah.
But I'm being real here. I was 5'1".
Wow.
4'13". My God, you're a comedy writer. You should try that. No. How about I'll coach you in comedy, you coach me in singing. We can both live our destinies.
I want to do sit-down comedy, though.
You should, though. You've always been funny. We should do that.
Come on.
Anything to make it worth your drive. I don't have to hear about it.
Oh, all I can think about now is the drive back. I can't even concentrate.
I gotta refocus here.
I didn't hear a thing you said. Oh, my God.
So they give me this West Side Story song, and they said, and I got drunk because I was so nervous.
Wow.
Because I had nowhere to rehearse. Song. You're in dorms. I didn't want to rehearse in the dorms. Where are you supposed to rehearse when you're... Yeah, am I going to sing West Side Story in a dorm? I'm brand new to the college, freshman.
Where'd you go?
This was 300 miles away from Philadelphia. I was poor, so I got California University of Pennsylvania.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I figured,
You went to Cup?
You've never heard of this.
Never.
I love that he calls it Cup. Like, hey, I was
You went to CUP?
I taught there for 3 semesters.
Oh,
I'm a tenured professor at Cup.
I dropped out.
So, yeah, I went away, and they said, something's coming. Well, I got drunk, and this guy, Ed Ball, was on stage with me, and he was supposed to say, I'm sure something's coming. That's the cue line at the end of the song. He says he gets nervous. I'm looking at him for some bass and foundation. Right. He goes, I'm sure something's bound to come up. I go, bound to come up. And he leaves the stage, and I hear Bev on the piano. You can do it for me right now.
Go ahead.
And then I go, I don't know where to come in. All of a sudden, this warmth comes over me. I'm wearing beige pants. I full on pissed my pants.
That is so hot. I meant it must have been really warm, I meant. I mean, so you were into
I've told the story once in a while to people,
but
no one has ever responded with "that's so hot." I've never, ever expected. I usually get, oh, poor little Craig.
I didn't know you were into water sports back then. I knew when you came to the Rose Tattoo you were.
You must host your own podcast. You're hosting this one.
No,
so
I am.
Yeah,
listen, can I say what a huge fan I am of yours? And seriously, when I told Marilu Henner that you were coming to the show, she even got excited.
No,
yes,
we'll get to another time.
All right,
I wanted to tell you about my experience.
Keep going.
This is why I never sang in public again.
Go ahead.
Full on pissed my pants, searching for the note. Dun, 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 dun. I'll never forget. I'm going, do I come in here? And I wouldn't commit. I go, could be. Who knows? There's something due any day. Something was coming. I was the writer of Urinetown.
Oh my
from
God!
Broadway.
You should have been. Oh my God!
Honest to God,
What a good story, though.
Horrible story.
No, but
I'm
it
a
didn't
17,
damage
18-year-old kid. It completely damaged me.
But how did you?
And then I would get to the parts that I knew the words because I was like, something with a click, with a shock. And I go, open the latch, something's coming, don't know when, it'll see right away as soon as it catch.
I'm so mad there was no YouTube back then.
How are you?
Yes.
For my humiliation. No, there's a YouTube in my head that prevented me from singing all those years.
Wow,
I'm
sorry.
insecure.
I can get you out of that. That's like one of my fortes is building somebody's confidence. I'm not kidding.
Oh, no, I know you're not. I watch your program. It's
literally
awesome.
all I'm about. Technically, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I do.
Yeah,
but
you do.
I mean, like there are other people that are as technically great as me. I think my forte is building somebody's confidence, and that's what I know how to do best. And that's what you need.
You said something earlier, though, that is very true. You said you do impressions. I have an ear. I really do. I mean, first day I worked with Patrick Stewart, you know who he is?
Of course.
First day, I said, I bet I could do an impression of him. And I couldn't stop doing it the entire time I was working with him. Like I said, I said, Patrick, did you ever tuck your jewels by your ass when you were a kid and you tuck them back, you see what you look like as a woman? You ever give yourself a mangina? He goes, yes, Craig, I've done a mangina. Every man has. You're naked in bed. One leg goes, it disappears. You have a mangina.
That is a good impression. And again, it's hot. What
are
you doing to me?
I was so annoying. I was so annoying to him. He goes, go do a little comedy skit in El Segundo or wherever you go, Craig.
That is a good impression.
So I have an ear. So when I would sing, I would do like, Johnny Mathis or something.
Let's hear a little Misty.
Chestnuts roasting on the open fire. Jack Frost. So that's what I would do.
That's excellent.
Or I would do, singing impressions, but I would never do me. So this is what I'd like you to do.
Okay.
Is when we work together, find my voice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, that's everybody's
what you
problem.
do.
When you audition for all those shows, that's what you have to do. Because a lot of kids today, they sing a Billie Eilish song and they imitate Billie Eilish.
Exactly.
Then they go to an Adele song and they sound like Adele. The thing is to find your voice, and I will do that with you. I'm not kidding.
How do you find your voice? What is the technique? Are you allowed to share it, or do you keep it a secret until they pay you a lot of money? You must make a lot of money.
I'll give you my pandemic rates. Well, I don't have enough. I don't make enough money to have a driver to go to Westlake Village, but everything else is going well.
So you're a good comic. That's a callback.
See that?
But eventually you're going to
had one of those in a few auditions.
Eventually you're going to drive that callback right out of funny. It's going to get take an Uber and out of here.
That's my problem. Like I don't know how to stop. Like I have. It's almost like joke Tourette's. Like I don't want to say it, but it comes out, and I can't. And I know it's not funny anymore. I shouldn't have been called. Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, you're like a.
How do you help me with that?
It's like a saboteur. You've got this career in comedy, and then you do like a Jackie Mason and give Ed Sullivan the finger.
What the hell are you doing?
I've got a finger for you, Ed Sullivan. I've got a finger for you. I've got a finger for you. That's why he got thrown off.
Right.
You heard about that.
Of course.
It's a legendary story.
Then he had a big comeback, and now where is he?
Dead.
Dead.
He just died a little while ago. Yeah. Yes, I documented the death. But
this
is going to be you.
Should we do dueling, Jackie Mason?
And here I come. How far did I come here? Am I still in California?
I'm not going to bring it up again.
That is such a lie.
Let's just see if I can do it.
Let's see if you can do it. Hold on to yourself.
Again, I can't control.
Finding the voice. How do you find someone's voice?
It's just a matter of getting them to sing something that they don't identify. Like if you take an old Motown song, you're not going to imitate the Four Tops. You're not going to imitate, you know what I mean? Like, so sing some of those songs and then go, okay, maybe this is your voice. And then go to a stylized one like, I keep saying Billie Eilish, but even like Olivia Rodrigo. People sing these Olivia Rodrigo songs, and
I have no idea who that is.
She's like one of the biggest artists ever.
No.
Oh, sure.
Really?
A Sabrina Carpenter song, an Ariana Grande song. Any of those people.
Oh, the Carpenters. I know the Carpenters.
Yeah, I love them.
Is that what you just said?
If you were a carpenter and I were a lady, we'd be out of here.
You would build me a home.
I would.
If I was a carpenter.
Okay, we can talk about Ariana Grande because she's a judge on The Voice coming up. Now, I will actually watch that show now. Well, I watched it when Jennifer Hudson was on because I love that woman.
Wait a minute. Because you have a judge that you like,
I will watch it.
that will make you watch the show?
But
really?
that is what The Voice is about.
Their relationship is very fun.
The Voice is never.
We've had enough of Blake Shelton. Is he still on it?
He's still on it.
Yeah,
Whatever. I don't judge.
He must have photos. He must have photos in compromising positions of producers to
I
be on that
could-
long. I'm not knocking him, but it's like enough already.
If
The shtick is the same.
I get it. If this were not being televised, I'd be making so many faces at you right now. But I can't even do that. For crying out loud. But listen, here's the thing about the judges.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. See, the judges aren't allowed to judge. When American Idol started, Randy, Paula, Simon, the best. They had real chemistry. It was a real show.
It was organic.
Yes, and there was no producers saying, okay, you have to sing only up tempos this week, or you have to sing only songs written after 2000. That's what they have to do now for ratings because they're dropping.
Wow.
And so that's why that show works so well. And somebody could give some constructive criticism, even if it was a little mean-handed, like from Simon. But that's why it worked today. Judges can't judge. Every week they say, oh, my God, that was great. That was the performance of a lifetime. And then when they get voted off, they're like, well, you weren't that good. But tell those kids like before so they can fix it. They don't.
Oh, wow.
And then the producers will say to the kids, well, you better be careful. What did the judges say? And you can't convince the kids that what the judges say doesn't really have any pull.
And when you're working with their arrangements, do they choose the song, or is it chosen for them by a producer?
I can only speak for Idol because I do know a couple things about The Voice because I've had students on The Voice. That a lot of those songs are picked. American Idol, the songs are not picked. They really do have a list, and they really are allowed to pick it. But there are restraints on them that only certain people can sing a ballad this week, or whatever. There's all.
They
kinds
bring
of
you the
things.
You or do you make the charts with them?
Well,
You do the
music.
arrangement. How does it work?
They give us music, but I'm going to say ever since maybe season 7 or 8, like even Adam Lambert years, maybe even a little before that. I'm remembering Chris Daughtry on season 5, and they would that was like the beginning of YouTube. And so they would come and say, hey, you see this arrangement like this guy did on YouTube? I want to kind of do something towards this. But before that, there was nothing. We would just make stuff up.
It's raw.
Yeah. I mean, like Adam Lambert, I'll never forget Disco Week for Adam Lambert. And he said he wanted to do, you remember the disco song? I just went blank.
I Will Survive.
No, but I was
Burn, Baby, Burn.
Right now I'm petrified. First I was afraid.
First I was afraid.
If I Can't Have You. Remember that song?
Yes. If
Sing
I can't
it.
have you, I don't want nobody, baby.
That one. And we
If I
made
can't
it.
have you,
He's like, I want to make this into a heart-wrenching ballad. And we did that. Now, everybody who's watching this podcast needs to go on YouTube and see that. It was brilliant.
If I can't have you.
That was it.
Like it's just a ballad.
I don't want nobody.
Baby, baby, my
But
baby.
baby doesn't have to be so emphasized.
Oh, see, that's how you
kidding.
work with people.
Yeah, that's right.
I emphasized it too much.
Yeah, but
That's
here's-
because I'm a comic. I'm going to give you a secret.
understand.
It's a comedy. We look for B's.
I understand.
B words and P words and K words
They're
are
funny.
funny. So
They're funny.
I don't want nobody, baby. See, that's funnier than
And
I don't want.
what would you do if you sing Papa Can You Hear Me? How would it be? How would it go?
Papa, can you? Papa. Look at your dog just
my
looked
God,
at
you
me like I'm out of my
jeez.
mind.
Because only dogs heard that. It was so.
Let me try that again. Have you worked with someone, they approach you and they've advanced in American Idol? We're back to American Idol now.
Yep.
They've advanced. And you're just like going, I don't know how this person advanced.
Sure, there were people like that.
Yes. And you're just, I'm going to have to work with what I got here.
But that's okay. But you know what? That was the great thing about Idol is that, like, I'm talking now the first 9 or 10 seasons. Like, it didn't matter. Like, there were people that didn't go that far that were still, there was something great about them. They might not have been the best singer, but they were a great performer. They had, I don't know. I remember people that were brilliant that didn't make it through Hollywood Week. And I was like, how could they cut that person? Season 9, Tori...
Amos?
No.
No. Wait a minute. So somebody
Another
was cut
singer.
early
She was cut
and she
in
became
Hollywood Week.
famous.
Very.
Really? Except you can't remember her last name.
Because I'm almost 60. Oh, jeez.
So.
Oh, look at, they're showing that performance right now.
Yeah, but nobody can see it except for us. There's the Adam Lambert.
But now, if you guys can scroll to the end of it, Simon says, I'm surprised you did something so heartfelt like that. And he says, I have to thank Michael Orland. He's a genius.
He says this?
He says it on the TV.
By the way, folks, you notice this is the one clip that he says to go to.
Well,
the one that says that you're a genius.
I have another one.
Oh, another one where
somebody else called
someone
me out.
cites you. Someone cites you. Well, why not? This is
that's what.
It's better than pay.
Oh.
And by the way, it leads to pay. I mean, I have all this credibility. You've been on a show, American Idol, for 16 years.
It's been
Simon talking about what a genius you are. This was not going on at the Rose Tattoo when you were tickling the ivories with your fro.
No. And my, what's it called? When it's
ascot?
No, in the back, when there's hair in the back.
Oh, yeah. It was mullety.
Mullet, yeah.
It was mullety. What do you mean you don't know what it is?
I forgot the name of it.
There's a lot of blanking going on today. I'm a little concerned.
It's because I was in the car so long. Okay, and that's the last time I'll bring it up. That was the third and last.
It was not the third.
I agree. It was the fourth.
The 30th. The 30th.
No, let's count. I want to go back and count.
We're going to count, okay? You're not the only one that does this. You don't believe the guilt that I have.
So you live in the neighborhood, right?
I do.
That's
honestly.
why you.
It's easy for me.
I mean, this is an amazing space.
Yes,
I love this.
We get a lot more bang for the buck in this area than you do in Hollywood. Where do you live? Please tell me.
City.
Oh, good, Valley. I don't feel as bad.
I'm in the Valley.
People came from Larchmont. All right.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I would say I'm either coming at 10 a.m. or don't ask me to come.
Right. Okay. So you've said that many times. So
that was just with the massage therapist.
Exactly. That's where I was going with it. But sometimes in comedy you don't get direct. Okay, just to give you a little tip.
So much.
I hope that this is an education for you.
This is a huge education.
It'll absolve me of this, what I'm feeling right now. So you take you take these people.
Yeah.
Right. And they are all good singers, though. They have to be if they get that far.
100%.
There's nobody getting past.
No.
Sneaking through.
No, but there was somebody in the old days, and I'm not going to name names and he also has an okay career right now. But Simon used to be so mean to him every week, and we used to literally twirl in the curtains and say, "Bye-bye, mister." And they'd keep him on because that was the fun of American Idol. Like Simon would be so mean to him, people would vote for him.
Oh,
because they'd feel bad. But then what about season 3 when Jennifer Hudson got voted off? What the hell?
Jennifer Hudson was voted off?
Yes, I mean, I cried like a baby that week.
Really?
Yes.
Because you thought this is a superstar.
100%.
Oh yeah, she literally has the goods. Do you just know that this is a potential superstar?
Not always, but a lot of times you do.
And then again, though, some do not become.
That's right.
Look at Justin Guarini. He's doing these commercials.
Yeah, but what's wrong with that?
And making a lot of money.
He's
not singing in the commercial.
No, but he still does a lot.
What does he do? He does
a lot of Broadway.
He plays a strange character.
Yeah, on the Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, what is that character?
I'm a huge fan, so I can't say that.
No, you say what he does.
I'm just saying I can't say anything negative about that boy.
I'm not saying anything negative.
That boy.
By the way, you know he's from where you just performed.
From New Hope. I know.
Next to New Hope he's from.
He was actually going to maybe come to the show, but he was like doing a lot of traveling.
Well, yeah, he maybe came. I did come. Okay, just so you know.
Okay.
All right. I did show up. Anybody else that came to Marilu Henner's show? She had a one-person show.
I had a few people come.
In New Hope. No, I'm talking about like
Idol.
Any stars? Any stars show up?
Well,
she draws stars. Didn't some people show up?
She brought an astronomer came. That was the worst. I'm sorry. I'm trying out new material with you. How about she had some people come from her, first of all, a couple people came from her Grease thing, but that was the first night of our first performance.
I was there.
And no, you were on our second night.
It turned out to be the first night. You were rained out the first night.
That's why they came the night before, and we had no electric, and so we couldn't go on.
Oh, so they never even got to see the show.
They never got to see it or sing it or nothing.
Were they going to be part of the show? She was going to bring them up on stage?
And do a little duet. Like when somebody
little Grease Lightning?
Yeah, they were going to do, I forgot a Beatles song or something together. She did a duet with anybody that came on. It was so much fun. one of her co-stars in the Hallmark movie she does. They came and did.
How come I wasn't asked to do sing?
I didn't know you sang like that.
Oh, geez, if I
would have made you come up and sing.
Something's
It's been a
coming.
hard day's night.
I could do Something's Coming. Finally get it out without peeing.
We should have.
Yeah.
If I knew that story, I would have made you do that.
Well, we could have done something else, like a duet. Like she could be dying in my arms as Eponine.
Yeah.
And I could be Marius.
Oh, my God. And a little bit of rain. Never hurt anybody.
Little fall of rain, I will stay with you till you are sleeping. And rain will make the flowers grow.
See, you have a great voice.
You will live
joking
Eponine,
right
dear
now,
God above.
You
I
can
will
sing on
heal
pitch.
your wounds with words of love.
All right, I
Hold
hate
me
that show.
now and let it be. Do you really?
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
I sang one night with Lindy Robbins, our old friend,
Of course.
who's a
Who I
huge
love.
songwriter now.
She's the biggest and so talented.
We were all like homeless together.
Right?
What happened?
Now we can get a room
I can't
from
even.
her.
I can't even get her on the phone.
She won't come to here?
Come to here? Are you kidding? She won't go. She wouldn't even go see me perform last weekend, and she lives down the street.
And I was not.
She lives down the street. It's because of COVID though. She's COVID paranoid, and she found a love. You know that, right?
I know, and I'm so happy. for her.
Yeah, right. So Lindy
deserves
Robbins,
it.
we all started this rose tattoo. Those are my
heyday.
Those are my gay days. Actually, not heyday.
Okay,
Those
the
are my
gay
gay
days,
days.
like at Disneyland.
It was awesome to be there.
But you were so loved at that club, not just by me for a break. Literally, we used to like go, here comes the Love Master.
Well, here comes comedy. I mean, it was mostly singers.
But you remember, like Martha Jane used to come in.
Actually, she did. That's right.
And may she rest in peace. And
She died?
she's dead.
What?
I'm sorry to bring you down.
Wow.
Comedy's not funny.
Now, see, I heard that Charlie Watts died today, but this
Him
has much more impact on me.
What about you know who
I
else
didn't know
used to come
Charlie
in?
Watts.
Wait, she's an amazing actress. She was a host on The View for a little bit.
Black?
Yep. Help me.
Sherry Shepherd.
Sherry Shepherd.
Get out.
She used to tell me all the time when I first went to The View to play piano for Catherine McPhee. She told me that I was so nice to her. She used to take a bus because she couldn't afford it. Anything else?
She was part of our gang?
Yes, and she used to come in Tuesday nights and do some stand-up.
Wow, I had
How
no
crazy
idea.
is that?
See, this is the type of thing that, I think that, I hate to do this generational thing. This generation doesn't have these experiences.
You're right.
Because everything's on YouTube and everything's quick. People move on. And we developed our stuff in these clubs and had a camaraderie.
Okay, so
And
here's
sex.
You had a lot of that. I just have stories. I won't share any. But listen,
We were the Rolling Stones of the cabaret circuit.
Totally.
It was awesome.
But I'm going to tell you, this is one of the things I don't like about any reality TV.
Yeah.
It gives you a false sense of getting famous overnight and not working at it like we all did in the clubs. You had to go to every club and get booed and wait to go on last
yeah.
have
1
three
and
people
2 in the
there.
morning. Yeah.
Yes. But that's how you learned everything.
So you're telling me that the people that you're, working with as they're advancing in Idol, they're not working at, to 1 o'clock in the morning. Obviously, they're not working at smoky rooms. Nobody does that anymore.
but
they're not, next to a mechanical bull because it was a country western bar the week before.
Right.
None of that stuff.
No, but I'll tell you this: the ones that are successful today, and there are only people from Idol like that. You can say that. I don't know of the other shows. Maybe 1 or 2 from America's Got Talent and The Voice, but there are so many successful people that left Idol because those are the ones that have a great work ethic, that didn't just try to beat the system and get a fast pass to success. They really do work at it. Again, some of it's lucky. The music business changed from the beginning of Idol. The internet changed from the beginning of Idol to later. They used
I
to
never think about that. It's been on so long.
Season 2, the kids used to get 5 minutes each to sit around a desktop computer with a dial-up modem to see what the message boards on AOL said about them. Like that was all they had.
It has not been that long. No.
100%. 2002, I remember.
So they're going.
Yes. And
That
there was
AOL
one
connection.
right off the set.
No.
I swear to you. I remember people going, come on, Clay and Ruben, get off the computer. It's my turn.
And Simon is a bit of an act, right?
I think he is, because I think he's such a great guy.
Right.
But
the times I met him, he's just like this.
Such a nice guy.
Stinks of cigarettes, though.
Same birthday.
Stinks like cigarettes.
That's all right. I don't care.
No, I don't.
You smell like marijuana, and I don't care. I'm kidding. It's 4:20 right now. I have to go.
I quit smoking.
Yeah, me too.
And it's amazing, though. When I say that, it's because I have much more of a sensitivity.
Absolutely.
I'm not judging. It's like I've been there.
I know.
And then makes you go to your, do you do this? It makes me go, oh, am I glad I quit smoking? I am fooling no one. You're fooling no one.
Absolutely.
You could be chewing gum. It doesn't matter. It's in your pores.
It's horrible.
Yeah. When did you quit?
I miss it. I quit
same here.
30 years ago.
What? Oh, I'm not even going to talk to you.
How long ago did you quit?
9 months.
Oh, let's go out. Let's go out for a cigarette.
Oh, believe me.
No,
If you had my brand, I probably would. I have an app, though. It's called Quit Now.
What did you
It's
smoke?
a specific brand, and if I see it, it's just American Spirit.
Oh, I've seen.
So
those.
you're so old, or quit so
I used
long
to do
ago.
Like more lights, more.
Oh, you
remember
did
the
not.
long brown ones more? I smoked.
If
those
someone
too.
wondered if you were gay,
I'm not.
that they would think you were with the more. Okay, they would think that.
You're killing me softly.
That with my song.
With your schlong, actually.
Oh, kill me soft with my. Oh, I should do that.
Killing me,
I'll do the Love Master.
Do it. Ready, second.
killing me softly with my schlong.
And what are the other words?
Killing
That's the
me
problem. I
softly.
don't know words to anything.
I heard he sang a good song. I heard he
I
had.
heard,
Oh my God! I just.
I heard he had a good schlong.
I heard.
Yeah,
Listen,
baby.
do you? The Love Master was my favorite, and also Barney Fife.
It's Love Master is a lot of people's favorite. You know,
Now,
I love it because
do it.
I do, but the advantage of it is I get to change the lyrics. It doesn't have to be. I can. It's not like Springsteen has to do Born to Run. He can't
Right,
do.
you're right.
One night I'm born to jog.
That's
I'm
right.
born to trot.
So you can do whatever you want.
You know, the audience would go crazy. Hey, baby, I'm born to trot. No, that's not the. No, I can do lots of new love. I could do.
I'll take you to a wet lab, baby, and woo. I'm social distance 6 feet. That's just the tip, baby.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
That's the
See,
best.
I can update it and everything else.
the
But
best.
Love Master is just this character. You know where he comes from?
No, I don't remember it.
No, nobody does because I'm sharing it for the first time.
Holy, this is like big.
Well, maybe a few other times,
Okay.
but I was a geek. Yeah, I told you I was 5'1", or what was I, 4'13"?
You were 4'13" and 90 pounds.
In high school, 91. Anyway, so I was a geek, and all the girls would use the F word, friend.
Yep.
It was always the friend. I hated it.
Yep.
And they would, you know how girls pee together, the posse pee in
Yeah,
high
yeah,
school?
yeah.
They took me with them. That's the way I was. I was in that zone.
Wow.
And they were always talking about bad guys. And that's the Love Master, is the bad guy that they really wanted.
And that's so funny.
Give the
turned
geek
out,
a chance, baby.
funny you turned out the way you did.
How did I turn
Oh,
out?
so manly, but I like it too.
Well, you know, it's funny because
Seriously.
I was talking to people about this the other day. It's like how we come across. Like there's an assumption that, you know what I mean? A lot of people make these assumptions. Like I tell you, a woman called me the other day. She said, I had no idea. She heard me on a podcast. She had no idea I was abused and bullied and tiny and all of those things, kidnapped by a pedophile. I mean, nobody knows
I
these
don't know
things
that
from this
story.
big guy
Yeah.
that looks like he's got it together, white guy, probably racist, you know, probably sexist. So they make all these assumptions. And then when I get attacked on social media for something they didn't understand, they do it with those assumptions. And they would never do that if I was, you know, a tiny little
Right.
Asian gay man, you know what I mean, or whatever it is.
An
you know
AGM.
what I mean?
We call it an AGM.
I didn't
Asian
know.
gay man.
Who's we? Who's we?
I don't know.
Who's the we?
Wait, let me just ask you this. Wait.
Yeah.
So the whole.
I'm supposed to be interviewing you, but go ahead. This is my last question.
The
I'll answer.
whole social media thing where people are so mean, you know, without showing their face.
Terrible, yeah. I call them the keyboard cowards.
Horrific. Horrific.
Yeah, it's horrific.
I'm so disgusted by it, and I just.
And it's
know,
worse if you're a comedian.
Is it?
Oh, this is the worst time in history to be a comedian.
Oh, because then so many have
about
lost their careers because of
Think
saying
about it.
something or what.
Think about it. Something you did in the past, boom, you're gone. Something
I'm
you say
sorry.
now, boom, you're gone. Something they misunderstand, boom, you're gone. Something that's not your ethnic group or gender persuasion, gone. If
I
you
don't
say
like
so,
this whole cancel culture.
it's
a joke.
awful. And then we already had the FCC after us. We can't go on television and say most things, but they are. But now you've add to that culture, and I don't even know who's in charge of this culture.
I don't either.
Like, there's no leaders of the cancel culture, but they are powerful.
They certainly.
I don't even know how they do it. I mean, remember we were growing up, we had like a Ralph Nader was the leader of, You know what I mean?
So funny of that party, yeah.
What's that? Yeah, yeah. He like had a specific, he's banning Corvairs for being bad, whatever.
Oh my God.
But now, like, who is leading the charge of having comedians banned for something they said years ago or did years ago?
No, I don't get it.
Oh, I thought
disgusting.
about just the rose tattoo days that I spent hanging.
You
If
would have been in
one
big
of those
trouble.
days, I would have been done, me too'd, us too'd, him too'd. I would have been everything too'd out.
Yeah.
If any of that got out, or if it gets out now, I just announced it. So the hell with all of you.
They're going to look for it.
They're going to look for
Are
it.
there any cassette tapes somewhere laying around?
Oh, I've got cassettes. I have one of my mom.
Do you?
One of my mom. She smoked pot that night.
Oh my God, that's the best.
She came back from a date. She had no idea that I was stoned with my friend Dave. We were already doing Cheech and Chong into a recorder. Hey man, what do you think of this stuff, man? Oh man, I mean, we did this whole thing, and she walks in after a date. I went out with a hippie.
And she was so stoned.
She says, I had this stuff. I don't remember the name. It was a pot, marijuana, called Chameleon Silver. That's Colombian gold. So to this day, my friends back east, you got any Chameleon Silver? And then she says, and then we had the stuff out of a stone called the tie rod. That's tie stick.
Oh my God. Oh,
And I lost that tape, and I would pay probably
big bucks.
thousands for that damn tape. It was the funniest thing. And my other friend in the background, when she wasn't there, all the friends wanted my mom. He kept going, hey, Shu, where's your lady at? Where's your lady at, Shu? He repeats it over and over again. Like Rain Man, where's your lady at, Shu? So
Oh my God. Is that what they called you, Shoe?
everybody calls me Shu, except for you.
I don't.
No, you can call me Shu.
I might now.
I like it because I like it better than Craig,
Really? I'm going to call you Shoe from now on.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's a compliment. That's fantastic.
Jeez, I want to be just like you.
You would be Or back east.
Oh, I hate that.
There's no ring to that.
I see Orland.
If I'm going to teach you comedy, there's no ring to Or.
No, what do I do?
Now, Bor, that would be good.
It's a B or a P.
Borland.
Or a Portland. Orland.
Yeah. Now, people do pronounce your name Orland and Orland.
Orland and Orland, yeah. I mean, I went on Ellen DeGeneres like 75 times with all the Idol kids as they get voted off. Oh, you can look that up too. From season 4 to 10 or 11, she used to have singers on every single week.
When they were voted
As
off.
soon as the next day.
Like I feel sorry for them kind of thing?
No, she was really into the show at the time.
Yeah.
And then she was a judge on it, and it was not the greatest thing.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I loved her.
And what did she call
I
you?
love her. She would say Michael Orland at the piano, and I didn't care because people say it Orland.
And she put the emphasis on land.
Orland.
And I am from a town called Orland. Honest to God,
way.
in Philadelphia. Yeah.
Oh, and I know the only of the Orland, California.
I didn't know there was, but in Philadelphia there's Orland.
I didn't know
Orland, PA. The
Is
only
it
place in our
Orland?
Orland. O-R-E. Because I guess they made they got or there.
Don't look at Ellen.
Is this Ellen? Keeps coming up with these clips. Our producer. So you were on there. Geez, you have this resume that's
75
ridiculous.
times Ellen said I was the most frequent paid guest on her show besides her mother.
Do you know Anatoly? Do you know him? Anthony?
Fedorov?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
He's a buddy of mine.
I love Anthony.
He sang here in my parking lot with Kenny Loggins at REO Speedway
No
in my
way.
parking lot. And Todd Schroeder.
I love Todd.
And Lynn Rose. They're all up here. Susie Rose, all up in my parking lot.
I love Susie Rose.
I wish you would have come here for that.
Well,
We
you
had a
had Todd
jam.
Schroeder. I didn't need it. You didn't need me. But Todd just gave me a little job. I'm working tomorrow with Eric McCormick because he's not available.
Eric McCormick, he did 76 trombone. He did
Yes, and
right?
Will and
Music
Grace.
Man.
Yeah,
right?
he did do Will and Grace. That's so funny that you remembered him from that before.
Before Will and Grace.
Yeah, no, I love that you did.
Well, and Craig Bierko, I saw him in that. I go to a lot of Broadway shows. Well, I go to half the show.
Where there's a broad will.
What?
Where there's a broad will.
There's a way.
There's a broad way.
There's a white way. So, as a matter of fact, I would sneak into shows at the intermission.
Well, we used to do that all the time.
You did?
In the early days.
Oh, I'm not the only cheap bastard?
No, you know how many times
How
I
did you
snuck
do it?
into, we used to just go in intermission. We just like stand with the crowd and mingle in and go upstairs in the balcony. You know how many times I saw Ain't Misbehavin' and they're playing our song and Dreamgirls, second act.
Yeah, second act.
I know those.
We
shows
we
so
snuck into
You're a
Music Man
That's
with
so
Craig
funny.
Bierko was in it. And me and my buddy's from Philly, so he's got the Philly accent. And then it ends. And we were pissed because we turned to each other, and he goes with his Philly accent, "Where's 76 trombones?"
Oh my God.
And we were mad at something we were seeing for free that they didn't have it. And all of a sudden, it was
the big finale.
It's the finale
Yeah.
that they gave you that false sense like that it was over. I'm going, oh my God, I'm not even going to applaud for these bastards. I paid no money for this.
No money.
So, but then they came out and they did it and we went nuts.
And remember, like, though, years later, and like this was recently, they used to have to show your ticket stub to get back in because I think they were onto people.
Yeah.
Now you can't even do it.
You can't do it anymore?
No way. You can't second act a show anymore.
What?
I'm telling you. Well, first of all,
I guess because I'm mature, I don't even think about this.
Well, what are you going to get, an empty seat in Hamilton? I don't think so.
Well, no, not
Or
Hamilton.
Wicked? I don't think so.
By the way, you probably have major connections to get seats for these things.
Yes, you let me know.
Oh, I'm letting you know. Hamilton, I've never
lawyer.
seen Hamilton.
I'm going Thursday night with Marilu to the opening.
You are not.
Stages. Marilu's my date.
Dump her.
I didn't know.
She might not be feeling well because I'm going
If she doesn't feel well,
to send somebody with COVID over to see her.
Why hasn't she come on here? She needs to be here with you.
I would love to hang with her.
The freaking best. I am so in love and obsessed.
You know what's
can't tell
funny?
you.
I never told her this. I'll tell you. So Marilu Henner is who we're talking about. She was in Taxi and a million
Evening
things.
Shade and
Right.
27 Hallmark movies.
Right. Marilu Henner.
And she's one of 11 people in the world with this.
Yes, which I
Highly
didn't know at the
superior
time of this. I
autobiographical
didn't know
memory.
at the time of this story I'm about to tell you. I'm brand new in Hollywood, and I'm gonna go to Spago, the place to go.
Sure.
I dress up in a nice suit. This is back in the days I knew you with the mullet. I had a little bit of a mullet thing going on.
Yeah.
I'm like Flock of Seagulls almost. So there's a reference.
I love it.
So I go to Spago, and I'm at the bathroom, and she walks and stands right next to me. Now I'm not good with women. I don't have smooth.
Yeah.
So what came out of me was, we met before, didn't we? That's what came out of me. And now, and she's going, no, we didn't. I'm going, no, we look really, you look really, I said, you look familiar, pretending I don't know it's Marilu Henner. I've never told her this. That's my rap. I'm going, because I don't want her to think I'm a star fanboy.
Yeah.
No, I'm going, no. You look familiar. Was it Joe's house? And she's literally like kind of like shutting me out, like going, no, don't even go there. And now I find out she is the greatest memory, one of 11 in the whole world. She remembers.
Remember.
So she would have remembered me.
100%. She would have said, we met on. That's what she does when I say, oh, Craig Shoemaker's coming to the show. Oh, we met on.
But of all people for me to do that on.
No, that's not
I don't even think I've ever even tried that rap before. So here I was on the person who has a great memory.
We were standing on the corner of the street one night after the show, and this woman comes up to her and go, oh, my God, you are on that show Love It or List It. The realtor on Love It or List It. You know, there's like a woman on there who's got like dark hair.
That's who they thought it was.
And then they came back about 2 minutes later. They said, oh, my God, we're so embarrassed. We just realized who you were.
Right.
And it was really funny.
Now, now how does she doesn't care, right? She's not.
No.
She's not offended.
She is the sweetest, most real. I mean, it's unbelievable. And I would say one night, we were going to go out to dinner. I said, I'm so sorry. I got 2 friends that are coming tonight. She goes, bring them.
How did you guys end up doing attendance-wise? Did it pick up?
Yeah, I mean, it was, you know, the last week was really good because it was a 3-week run. I don't think they expected a lot. And also people were starting to be a little nervous about the COVID, and this was the first show they were trying to sell 100%. And
she's selling to people that are more COVID paranoid. She's not going for a 22-year-old audience.
Correct.
That's what's going on with me right now.
Yeah, I
my people like Lindy refused to go out.
Yeah.
My friend Trevor wouldn't go out. I mean, I would call people, hey, I'm
Trevor.
Yeah.
Trevor wouldn't go?
No. Trevor.
Oh, did my Massachusetts accent come out?
No. Oh, that's right.
I'm a masshole.
Oh, my God. I just golfed with this guy for months. We were in this championship. Actually, we won. But I had to deal with the Boston accent. I should have been paid double of the winnings. 100%. That accent is atrocious.
Is the air broken? I'm a little schwitzing.
Is it really?
Well, I'm just sweating.
Can you guys turn the air up,
no,
please?
No, leave it. We're almost done.
No.
I'm thinking about, maybe it's the traffic, and it's like going, oh, I'm already wet. All right, that was the fifth and final time.
Marty, you wet?
No, my back is sweating. It's these chairs. I need a little ventilation back there.
Please turn the air
No, I
always get it wrong. I always say turn it up. You're turning it down.
You're turning it down, yeah. But no, we're fine. Don't do it. Don't do it for me. I can't afford the shrinkage.
So how do you find? Let's go back to how do you find? I'll do a callback. How do you find someone's voice? How do you discover who they truly are?
It's just a matter of working with them.
It's metaphoric too. You're really becoming them.
And see, this is the other thing. The judges used to say all the time to these kids, these 15, 17, 19, 20-year-old kids, who are you as a performer? Some 30-year-olds that have been singing for their whole lives don't know who they are yet as an artist. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe that's why they're doing a show like American Idol. Hello.
You know what always bothered me, though?
Tell me.
When they sing it, when they're young and they sing an adult song, that
they have no idea what they're,
Yeah.
I know. Well, that's
like a 15-year-old. You make me feel like a natural woman. No, you're 15.
That's right. It's an unnatural woman.
It's a very unnatural woman, or it just doesn't make any sense to me. Or they say, I've been dreaming my whole life.
Yeah, for both years. No, I know. I get it. But see, this is what I work on with people who want to audition. I'm like, it's all about what song you do and that it's appropriate for you, because it's very hard. Most of my students are between 9 and 17. And the biggest part of my students, and it's very hard to find songs for those people that have an appropriate lyric while their mother and father sit there and listen. Like, there's not a lot of songs you can do. I mean, there are songs, and I love trying to find those, but these kids, it's very hard.
And it's also hard to tell them anything, basically. I have children.
Some of them.
I mean, it's hard to criticize someone. I mean, or they hear it as criticism, especially if they come from that world of feeling criticized or defensive. So that must be difficult. And by the way, I can't even imagine how you hold your tongue back.
I don't think I do. That's why I started. That's why I used to say all the time, "What the frick?" Because I just I don't want to swear in front of these kids or their parents. We had David Archuleta when he was 16 years old. What the hell? I'm not going to swear. And Jordan Sparks was 17 when she was on American Idol when she won. I mean, we're dealing with kids and parents and all that stuff.
And you're trying to contain yourself.
Yes, but
you must want to pull your hair out sometimes too. How about the parents? I only
have like 4 hairs left.
Right,
that's fake.
But when you start American Idol, big fro.
Oh,
now look what happened.
I got 4 hairs for 4 brothers. But here's the thing:
isn't that a Broadway play?
Yeah, it is.
4 hairs for 4 brothers.
7 hairs for 7 brothers.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
Anyway, but I love these kids. I mean, you form I talked about this with Marilu. The relationship between a pianist and a singer is like literally the most intimate you can get. And so people would go, "Oh, I heard so and so is difficult. How were you when you worked with them?" Even I remember working with Jennifer Holiday. I did a cruise ship with Jennifer Holiday, and everybody was like, you better be careful. And I had the greatest experience with her. Everybody I've never had a horrible experience with anybody.
I think, and I'm thinking out loud now, I think it's because people have these expectations if they meet a star, and if you don't meet their expectations, which is always, you're never going to meet, unless they say, "Hey, come over for dinner."
Right.
Beyond that, they're just not going to like you because you're not responding the way they want you to.
Exactly.
Where she's relating to you as a peer and someone she respects.
And someone she needs. We have to learn her act right now. And so that's why I've never experienced anything horrible with anybody. People go, "Oh, this one was a diva when they came to the Grammys." Yeah. I'm like, I never saw that in my whole life.
Wow, that's incredible.
Never. And I've worked, I get to work with Kristen Chenoweth, who I love so much.
Well, major talent.
I mean,
she doesn't have a diva rap, does she?
No, she doesn't. But
she's loved by everyone. Yeah.
She really is.
She's beloved.
And this is what I want to say about all the people that are successful in this business, and I hate to drop some names of people I've worked with, but I'm gonna. Yeah, go. Bernadette Peters, Patti LuPone, Kristen, Marilu, they all rehearse so much. I'm like, really? You want to go over that song again? Yes, that's why they're so good. It's the one thing I see with people that are that successful, and also they're that nice.
Marilu was actually asking me for notes instead of just hanging out afterwards.
How about that? She meant it.
Yeah, she said, "Give me some notes. Give me some criticism."
She said, "I love notes."
Opening night. Yeah, she tells me I love notes. Now, some diva doesn't do that. You're not soliciting notes.
No, not everybody would do that, but I love Marilu. She's totally has no ego when it comes to all that stuff, and I love that. She wants to hear if you thought something didn't work or
especially funny. She's very funny too. I didn't realize her brothers are like this great comedic.
You should
writer.
have her brother on. He's brilliant.
Oh, I'd love to. Maybe you can manifest that for me.
I will manifest.
I will definitely send a car for him.
You have to, because they'll never come from the Hollywood Hills.
Okay. Was that a reference? Well, I want to take these. Do you ever deal with someone who is a little long in the tooth? I mean, like somebody older that goes, look, my second act, like people have a second act. Like I'm not kidding you when I say I do have some dreams about being Javert.
You're so funny.
I mean, I do. I hold that. I even talk about it in my act.
I think you should do it.
I hold that as like, well, what else is there? I've done everything. I've done, every show imaginable, 75,000 people. It's like, what else is there? What's my second act? Well, why would it not be that? It's because I'm too insecure.
Okay,
have you ever worked with anyone this old?
You're not. First of all, you're not.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm older than the 22-year, 17-year-old, 16-year-old Adam Archuleta. I'm not him. He's still dreaming of
Adam Archuleta or David.
Oh, is that his name? Oh, I got Adam Lambert
and David Archuleta.
I'm not American Idol
follower.
Okay,
you should.
I get Clarkson mixed up with the other one
with Carrie Underwood.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, but let me just tell you this: the American Idol fans are the greatest things I've ever seen. And I know, but whoever they're into, they're so into, and I love them. I interact with a lot of them, but they're into whoever they're into, but they are so faithful and amazing, really. I mean, Adam Lambert's fans are unbelievable, and they're amazing. And
yes, he really has a star quality to him.
Oh, he was a star when he came in.
Yeah.
And I know Paula Abdul fought for Adam Lambert because I think they thought he was too theatrical and whatever. I'm like, that's what set him apart, that he had that.
Absolutely. You have to be set apart. Absolutely.
Yes.
Here's a question I have for you, kind of related to what we were talking about earlier. The one disappointing thing about Hollywood for me is I'm really into old friendships. I really value, the guy I brought to the show.
You knew since you were
11 years old, yeah, or 10 years old, yeah. And
so he knew you when you were 5'1",
or
13.
He knew me when I was 4'1". I mean, I was always tiny.
Down there?
So not what? No, where would you come up with that? Where would you come up with that?
I don't know.
That's worse than killing me softly with his schlong. That's even worse. Where could you go with I'm 4'1" down there?
How can you do that?
Fold it in half, baby.
Come on.
So anyway, I cherish these old relationships. The dog is literally looking at you like, are we still here?
You see that good stretch?
Literally gave, are we still here? Look. So
can we put her on the camera before we leave?
Do some of these people, of course, do some of these people remain friends that you're, text often and call often?
100%. I still work with a lot of them. I still work with a lot of these people from Idol and stuff. And
what about not working? Like your friend says, I want to have lunch. Like Lindy, Lindy, me, and Galligan, we get,
Should I show you my text today? I literally just text. I'm sorry to drop another name. I just text Paula Abdul, and I was like, I'm not being LA because we had said a few weeks ago we were gonna have breakfast, lunch, or dinner together, and I was like, I'm not LA. You should have Paula Abdul. I'm not LA flaky. I really want to see you.
Is she with a guy these days?
I don't know, but I just
I love.
I love.
You don't know her that well.
No, but she would.
You would know her love life. Like I get in everybody's love life.
See, that's really good.
I do. I fix people up all the time.
You fix them
9
down?
marriages I fixed up.
Oh, I thought you've only had 2.
No, that doesn't even count mine.
Okay.
Then I'm in double digits. Wait. So
wait, now, 9? You fixed 9 people?
9 people end up married. I can't keep them together. Most are divorced.
Doesn't matter.
No, I fix up people all the time. That's my thing. By the way, I have tried gay. I haven't tried being gay. I have tried that, and I'm okay with that.
But not
I've had some some failures in there as well. But I mean, where they go, really? But I know more about heterosexual world than I do that. So I'm really not that familiar with what someone would be looking for.
Right. All
But
right,
it's so wonderful though when I see as a matter of fact, we have a mutual friend who's like full on found the mate and lived for years in a closet. Our friend Jerry, don't say the last name.
Oh yes, and I couldn't be happier for him.
I know. I'm so happy. I watch his
and a beautiful
posts.
baby.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
I couldn't be happier for him.
Now I knew him when he lived in the closet. Like literally would have. There was a woman. We were next door neighbors in Philly. And there was a woman next door, and he would say that, oh, my gosh, she hot. And I'm going, and I knew. And I couldn't, for years, I couldn't have the guts to say, oh, come on now. It's me. It's me.
She doesn't have a penis.
So I would just go along with it, but I always wanted to say something.
But
by the way, when he announced it to me, years later, I did one of these, really? Worst acting of my life.
Let me do it again. I want to see that reading.
Really?
That's actually good. It was a little like Uncle Arthur from Bewitched.
Oh, my God. Paul Lind.
Yeah.
Do you know that my family, this is the weirdest thing, my family, Tabitha was in your seat. Oh, by the way, when I played Tabitha.
Was in what?
The seat you're in now. She was a few weeks ago. Yeah. Erin Murphy.
Do. Oh, that's My Dream of Jeannie. Ba-na,
oh, my God. You took the one they stole. Believe me, that song is on my mind. I have a 7-year-old, 11-year-old are addicted to Bewitched every day. Every day.
Oh, I love that. Elizabeth Montgomery was my favorite.
Absolute stunning, gorgeous.
What about, did you have a crush on Leslie Ann Warren as Cinderella, or just me?
That's funny. Leslie and I became friends, so
I love her.
Which is weird when you have like a crush as a little kid.
Yeah. And
then they become your friend.
Right.
And you're like trying not to go there. But you're just going, oh, Cinderella.
She came over my house a few times, and I literally was like, Cinderella's in my studio right now singing.
Right.
It's crazy.
People don't understand. It's like, yes, we're fanboys, of different people. Yeah. I mean, it's like surreal, especially if you grew up in Massachusetts. I grew up in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
You're not thinking, oh, I'm going to be. I'm watching Taxi. Right. You think I'm going to go.
I'm going to be friends with Marilu Henner.
Marilu Henner's going to go, hey, Craig, great to see you. Remember when you were on my talk show? And I know. It's very surreal. Did you grow up with money? No money, middle? What do you got?
We grew up with, I think everyone in my family was very comfortable, but we grew up having to work for things we wanted. We did not get anything handed to us.
No.
We'd say to my grandmother, oh, I want a new suit. She goes, come to the drugstore for the weekend, and then you will get whatever you want. And we would go shopping, and, she would get us. And same thing with my mother and father. We didn't get a car the day we got our license, and we had family.
Or ever, right?
No, I had to buy my own.
Of course you did. How much was your first car, and what was it?
It was a 1969 Rambler Ambassador.
Oh my God.
I got it in 1979. And there was a bullet hole in the front. That the old woman who owned it had got shot at.
You spent $200 on that, right?
I think it was like $600 maybe.
Ooh, wow, that's up there. For a Rambler, that's literally a comedian's joke.
Come on.
Like, you know how you have to have teaching a comedy.
Tell me.
You got to have references, right?
Go ahead.
So then when you're going, oh, bad car, literally Rambler is near the top of the list, if not at the top.
I love this car. Oh, I love
Or you go to alliteration, I'm driving a Dodge Dart.
Oh,
whatever.
See, but that's funnier, Dodge Dart.
But no, it's rambling along. There's something about Rambler.
Oh
it's
my
just,
God.
It's a funny word.
Don't
it's a
worry
funny
about the heat. Here's the thing.
The air is pumping now.
Is it? Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing. So I went to college at UMass. I went to University of Massachusetts Amherst, and my mother said, I said to her, I'm going to get a car. And she goes, I forbid you to get a car. You'll get a car, you'll drop out of school, and it won't be good. And I said, well, I'm going to show you and prove you wrong. I bought a car, and I dropped out of school. And then I moved to New York. I literally had like $300 to my name and a place to stay, and that's it. And then, I moved out here because you're of an age old enough to remember. Yeah. I moved out here in 1980, the end of 86, 87.
That's when I moved here.
No way.
Swear to God.
But I was the musical director for a brilliant comic named Waylon Flowers.
Oh, my God, of course. Waylon and Madam.
Yeah.
Well, from Hollywood Squares.
Yeah. I was his conductor. And, and that's how I moved out here. And I was he met me on a cruise ship. I was playing for this woman who was my best friend, Celeste, who was his opening act. And he said, I need a new musical director. And if you want to move to L.A., I'll pay for you to move here.
But now Waylon and Madam I heard was nasty. Is that not true?
I got him at
I'm
the
talking
end of his
about
life.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably
his act?
nastier. No, a nasty person.
Dirty or nasty?
No, like not a nice person,
No,
like
no.
nasty with people.
Not with me, but I'm
Paul
sure
Lynde, I heard that about.
listen.
Paul Lynde walked on stage in Ohio next to a sewage treatment plant.
Yeah.
And it was like, he walks out, he goes, "Oh my God, it smells like pussy, I think."
I loved Paul Lynde.
Oh, well, I
he's
literally wrote
brilliant.
him letters to fix him up with my mother.
Oh my God.
Honest to God, I wrote him 2 letters. You got to meet my mother. My goal in life, you had goals.
Yeah.
Was to be I wanted him to adopt me. We would be the first father and son team on the Hollywood Squares.
Oh my God.
I was pictured. I'd like Craig and Paul Lynde for the win, please. Take it, son. It's a sports question.
That's a good impression.
That's
too.
what Uncle Arthur. Look, I'm binge watching Bewitched.
Because you had 2 kids watching it.
You know what they did back then? Even my kids noticed. They would use the same guest stars, like playing different parts. Like Mr.
that's
Whipple.
funny.
Mr. Whipple has 3 different parts on there.
Oh, they use the same.
Remember
character?
Mr. Whipple
Of
from The
course.
Charmin, right? Paul Lynde was a driving instructor before he was Uncle Arthur. I'm like,
I didn't know that.
Were there no other actors? Oh no, it was like some of them ended up with big. Dr. Bombay it started off as like a little guest role.
But who
Richard
was Dr.
Dreyfuss was in it.
Who was Dr. Bombay again? What the actor? I don't remember who that was.
Bernard Fox.
Bernie Fox. I don't remember.
Bernard Fox. Yeah, English. He had curled up mustache. Dr. Bombay.
And Agnes Moorehead. I mean, I loved that show.
Oh yes.
So that show.
Alice Ghostly.
Oh, the best.
And did you know that apparently, the rumor was that Paul Lynde stole her shtick?
Yeah, I heard that. I have heard that.
Yeah,
from New Faces.
Because they talk like, and she talked like that too, Samantha.
So
right?
let me just tell you, this is I love this, and maybe you'll be bored, but if you do, I'll get you a blanket. But this was my favorite. When the first time I came to L.A., Waylon and Madam picked me up in his convertible. Like she was up in the thing, going,
Wait a
Michael,
minute.
we're over here.
Hold it.
At LAX.
Did not come to the airport with the dummy.
With 100%. And when he was outside.
Stop it.
No. He put her on, like when I was walking out with my luggage. And he said, tonight we're going to dinner at my friend Alice Ghostly's house. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be so starstruck. And he goes, it's just you and me and Alice and her husband and Charles Nelson Riley and his boyfriend, or his friend, who I think later he said it was his boyfriend. We go to this dinner and Alice Ghostly serves calamari. And I said to Waylon, I can't eat this. I don't eat calamari. And I was so nervous about it. And he's like, just eat it. You have to eat it to be polite.
No.
And I ate it, and it's one of my favorite foods now.
No. Oh my God.
And I was
what a great story.
Freaking out. And we're at Alice Ghostly's house, and she was amazing. I mean,
Charles Nelson Riley was there too?
Charles Nelson Riley.
So it was her
and his
going,
friend Patrick.
and him going, oh.
Yes. And Waylon, and
doing that thing.
And
yeah.
it was my first night in L.A.
Please tell me that you are not telling the truth, that this guy was a ventriloquist and he was
He was a puppeteer.
Okay, puppeteer.
Yeah.
You sound like you're him correcting me. I'm a puppeteer.
Not a ventriloquist, because his lips move, but nobody ever saw that.
It's like my favorite year. I'm not an actor. I'm a movie star. Stone. So
Look, I want to be a puppeteer. A ventriloquist. I'd be like, excuse me, can you let me out of here?
It's so funny. She said, I want to make my daughter my dummy. And we have an act where I press her back and she opens her mouth.
That'd be funny.
And we do, I go, hey, I'll try it on you. We want to go on America's Got Talent together, because I can't go on as me.
Yeah.
So I pull her out. I put her in a suitcase and I pull her out. And I go, hey, let's sing a song tomorrow. And then she goes, what do you mean tomorrow? Today. Let's sing today. No, we're going to sing the song tomorrow. Let's start singing right now. Jeez, Dad. I do this whole thing. Come on, Dad.
That's good.
What do you want to sing? You're always looking at the future. Look at now. We're in the now. I said, I'm being in the now. I'm going to sing tomorrow with you now. No, it's not close.
Let's sing today.
And then I do, the sun will come out tomorrow.
That's good.
Clears away the toilet. See,
Cobwebs is hard. It's funny. It's a C word, but it's funny.
Okay, but so We used to work. Remember Willie, Tyler, and Lester?
Of course.
We were in that musical together. He was in it. And he used to have to say certain words that are tough for a ventriloquist. He was supposed to say, exposure, pal. That's the name of the game. Impossible to do a P.
Exposure. Yeah, it is.
So he would go, exposure, pal. Exposure, pal. That's the name of the game. And so that's, yeah, very. But he had his own, he did not have his own soulful voice. The puppet had way more soul. And I'm not exaggerating.
No, that's the
Like
same
this-
with Waylon.
This is a lot. Oh, really?
With he had that.
The puppet had more.
Jiffy.
Yeah, had
Like,
more.
that
Madam was very fresh, but he wasn't as much. He's the setup for the thing.
But they were all parts of his personality. Crazy Mary, but that
God.
must have been like him. But he had other dolls besides Lester, right?
Well, no, mostly it was called Willie, Tyler, and Lester, so it was mostly Lester. And then he would come out, and he would go. We were like comedians. It was like chorus line for comedians.
Yeah.
And he comes out, he has a little solo, and he go with a puppet. He's there standing. He goes, "Oh, all I want to do is make a name for myself." And then the puppet would go, "All I want to be is somebody else."
Oh my God, I used to love him though. Willie.
Two different people. I love ventriloquists.
I do too.
You have to go home now.
Willie Tyler used to say,
I'm trying to get rid of you. Do not be angry with me.
No, I just got to tell you this one funny story.
Oh, yeah.
In his act, I learned so much about comedy from Waylon Flowers. I'm going to tell you one more funny Waylon Flowers story. So he did not. Now, speaking of, I said how much Patti LuPone and Kristen Chenoweth and Marilu Henner like to rehearse every day, all the time. Mm-hmm. Waylon did not like to rehearse. He had been doing his act for a long time. And so I took over, and we were playing at the Trump Castle in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to rehearse, and so I had to be like the guy saying, "So I heard you went to a party last night." I had to set up all his jokes, at the piano. And so I was like, "Hey, madam, I heard you had to," I didn't know how to do any of that. And so after the first show, he said, "I want you to come up to my room. You and madam and I are having dinner together tonight." No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. We go upstairs, we order in room service, and he puts her on, and he said, "Now just talk to her like you're sitting here." But it taught me so much.
Wait a minute.
I'm not kidding.
Did he order food for madam?
No, I don't think so. And if he did, I probably ate it. I had an eating disorder back then, too. That's not funny.
Well, no, the other part's funny.
Yeah.
So you became that guy that actually you did that with Marilu. So yeah, that's probably happened a lot in your career, probably all of your career, where there's a relationship with you that happens on stage.
100%. And so even Marilu one night said to me, she's like, "Oh my God, this is the most intimate you can get." It is I'm breathing with this person I'm playing for. It's everything. It's the best.
Wow, what a career. Well, I'm so happy you made it here.
Shu, you're my favorite.
Shu, I'm now Shu. It's awesome. So,
for Christ.
How do we find you on social media?
I'm at Michael Orland, MichaelOrland on the Twitter and on the Instagram.
Yes.
And my dog, I just sometimes when I get worried about traffic, I get a lazy eye.
Come here. You're going to end with a traffic joke?
No,
You're going to close with that?
I'm going to say
you're going to close with a callback?
My dog Jinx has her own Instagram too. Jinks. Jinx the Husky.
Let's bring her in. Come here. Come here, Jinx. Jinx. Dead asleep. That's how good we were. That's how compelling this interview was. You got to get her up at some point. Get her up now. Show the camera.
Should I get her up?
You have to because we're leaving.
You monkey.
We're closing. Come here.
Come here, monkey.
Literally looks. Oh, there we go.
Come here, you little monkey.
Come here, Jinx. Jinxie. Come here, Jinx.
Come here,
we got to close the show out. Come on, put her on. Put her on. Okay, there you go.
She's very tired.
My God, she sure is. What are you doing with this dog? Hiking?
Yeah, we did a big 2-mile hike today.
Oh, you did a 2-mile hike? Come here, Jinx.
Watch what she does. Look at this little monkey.
Okay.
Come here. Look at look how sweet.
I feel like Johnny Carson. You're Jack Hanna who brought me an animal.
I thought you were going to say I'll give you 5 minutes.
Jinx looks like he's
It's a she. You want me to show you?
Everything's a he to me.
All right, whatever.
That's how it works. All right, Michael, it was a real pleasure being with you, hanging with you. Let's do it again. We don't always have to have cameras and microphones. We can just go hang for a lunch. You, me, and Lindy.
And you had so much makeup on. I have none. That's not fair.
I have zero makeup on.
I'm kidding. You look like you have makeup on.
I do.
No.
It's my color.
It's the ring light.
Is he being serious? Do I look like I have makeup on?
No, you look good.
I don't wear
You just
makeup.
look good.
I don't wear. I
I
don't.
don't either.
I know. I wasn't saying you did.
Okay, maybe a little. Look at now my dog.
Oh,
is,
now your dog's performing for us. All right,
What a
folks,
good
listen,
girl.
follow Michael, follow us, Enlightened Up. Hopefully you had a lot of education today and inspiration and happiness and joy and song. We all should find our voice. That's the
Yes.
message of today. We can leave them with a message.
I love that.
I know you're a very message-oriented person.
I am.
So, yeah, take that with you. Find your voice and spread it around the world. Be you. Be true to you. Be unique. We're all individuals, but we're all one at the same time. It is Enlightened Up. And just remember, everybody, just keep this in mind as you're going through your day. You're about to battle with someone on the internet. Enlighten the fuck up, will you?
Would you? And get a vaccination. Oh, that wasn't good to say. I'll get canceled for that.